Hey everybody, Rich Lang with Prep You again, coming from the bunker. Today we're taking a little bit of a departure from the what the heck is in that bin. What I'm going to show you today is something that we also find on our shelf, which I think is really important. Some people might think you're crazy, why do you need all that stuff? How are you going to haul that with you? But we're going to talk about information libraries today. Stuff that you found on the internet or in books and stuff that people have given you over the years, and this stuff runs the gamut for you in case there's information in here if you want to take with you just to bug out, or if you're sheltering in place and you can't make access to the internet. Just know-how stuff. Also, if you've decided, your family have decided that I'm going off the grid. Well, none of us are experts in everything, and we do need to have some information with us on how to do stuff. So this is a small collection of my library. I wanted to show you just to, pique your interest or get your mind running in this direction. Maybe something you haven't thought about before is having information at your fingertip. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just common knowledge. But it's good to know. So let me get into this. Again, this is part of my informational library that I would definitely take with me and my family if we went off the grid. It just kind of helps you. So just to go over some of the stuff here is the Ultimate Survival Guide. It's from the basically a bunch of military guys put this together, and it goes over all kinds of items, anywhere from food and how to eat, and this description of poisonous snakes, and how to make water collection pits, and how first aid is a great book. One book that I got years ago, which is very interesting. It's and no, I'm not a communist. Mao Zedong on Guerrilla Warfare. If you've never read this, I would get it. Another book that's always going to go with me is the Bible, just to have with. Also, the Boy Scout Handbook. All right, definitely a Boy Scout Handbook has a lot of good information in it. Copy of the Constitution, some stuff from Philmont. And when you're in that situation and you're not really in the right of mind, here's a great book. I've read this numerous times. Is The Power of Positive Thinking. When you're in those situations, not only are you going to have informational handbooks, but bring your favorite books with you. A couple of my favorite books: American Sniper, story of Chris Kyle, an amazing story, an amazing person. A dictionary, good to have a dictionary with you. And now we get into some of the stuff that you should have with you because you can't remember to do everything. A complete guide on house repair and how to do different things, electrical, plumbing. I have another series that's about this wide. It's an original series from Popular Mechanics, and each one is a different, like electrical and plumbing and floors and all this kind of stuff. It's good to have with you. There's a lot of little books that are put together. How to split wood, shuck an oyster, and master other simple pleasures. It's just got a bunch of little information in here that's awesome to read. As you can tell, I bookmarked a lot of the pages. A woodworking book, knots and rope work. Definitely a good book to have with you. If you're going off the grid, you're going to have your own food. Grow your own food. Illustrated Guide to Gardening. This goes anywhere from what to plant, when, where, how to take care of it. It's another one of my favorite books. It's from Glenn Beck. Talks about the original argument, the Federalist Papers. A great book is the SEAL Survival Guide. Good to have with you at any time. How to survive the 5 most critical minutes in your life. Basically, it's self-protection. Another one, gardening. It's always good to have a couple sources. But people say to me, says, well, do I have to go out there and buy all those books? No, you don't. You don't have to go out there. A lot of articles on the internet are out there. And as a matter of fact, I have a couple bins here of information that I've collected over all the years. And what I've done, and it's just basic I print the article and I put it in these books, and like this, the 1 minute duck take fire starter, 5 ways to measure your food without a scale, defensive strategies for home and retreat defense after SHTF. And I have several of these, and these have been collected over all the years that I've been doing it. You can see how it's nicely put together. But I get to it every once in a while. Cooking without fuel, thriving when the grid goes down, how to survive when printed money turns to useless paper. It's just interesting articles that I found on the internet that I thought might come in handy someday. Here's some I haven't put in yet. How to grow tomatoes for survival. Many uses for vinegar, baking soda, WD-40, Coca-Cola. Yes, it's not just for drinking. 25 winter bug out essentials. Bug out bags. Tripwire alarms. We've all seen, if you've watched different shows, they show you how to set up tripwires and stuff like that. You've got how to build a Faraday cage. I'm not going to get into that, but you all know what Faraday cages are. If you don't, please look it up. Other things that I have, all this, instead of hard copies, I also have them on these little items. These are nice to have, but if the power goes down and you can't use these, or you don't have a device to use these, just like this, I'll just access the internet. I'll just go to YouTube and see what Rich said about whatever. Well, if the grid goes down, you're not going to be able to use this. With the grid going down, you're going to run out of power sooner or later, unless you have bought solar items to power your electrical stuff. And if power does go down and you can't use these, you've got your hard copies. Other stuff that should be in your informational library are one of my key things, and you hear me talk about it constantly, are maps. Maps of the state you live in, the area you live in, the town you live in if it's a big town. The maps of the states around you. And if you can get it, maps of the United States, especially the main roads, and then the side roads that go along those main roads, because you may not be able to get through on those main roads. But maps are increasingly important for people to have. So this just, I've just got, larger guides. There's like a Chicago Atlas, I got an Illinois Atlas, and then I have major roads of the United States to have. So that's good to have. We also have smaller books that we've collected over the years. Bushcrafting 101, how to live in the backcountry, basically, and survive. We've got the worst case scenario survival. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, this one, but it does give you some solutions. Being in the Boy Scouts forever and all the merit badges that I taught, you've got like emergency preparedness, fire safety, wilderness survival. This is all the stuff that you probably have sitting around your house that you just have to put together and put your library together. That's actually the best way to do it. I've got winter survival guides in here. Also magazines. This came to me from Cabela's not too long ago. And actually inside here it talks about hunting, but it also talks about how to field dress and then cut your meat, where your meat is, how to prepare it, how to store it, and then how to prepare the different meat and stuff like that. I learned a lot of things about spices and stuff like that with wild game. Scouting Magazine has a great article about Dutch oven cooking. I also have a book somewhere around here, Dutch oven recipes. If you don't have a Dutch oven and you're prepping, or you're a camper or whatever, you're crazy, because you do need one. It's the greatest way to cook. Of course, you need charcoal also. So, yeah, this is what we call our information library. It's great to have. At any point you might need it. It's also, if you don't go anywhere, it's great to access. It's stuff that you're going to use every day, and if you do bug out and you're able to take it with you, you have to decide what you want to take with you. You have to decide what's best for you, what you're going to need. If you have a designated bug out spot, something, say a cottage that you own, get extra copies of these and put them there so you don't have to take it with you. That's what I suggest. But keep this out. Don't pack it away. Access it every once in a while. I pull these out all the time and just go through the different articles that are in here. And some of them, most of them are timeless. They're going to be around forever, information. But sometimes you need to update stuff, and just keep going to the internet and call up interesting stories. Subscribe to some of these websites and print what you find. It's the easiest way to have this information at the tip of your tongue, because you can save it onto your phone or the cloud and you might not be able to access it. So that's it. That's our information library. It's on one of our shelves. So this was another episode of What the Heck Is, well, on the shelf. Today is what we use. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this made you think. Don't think a lot of you will go this crazy, but you might have a lot of this stuff in your house, and just gather it like I've said before. If you like this video, please subscribe, please like it, and please comment on it too. We could use all the comments and the likes that we can get. All right, so for now, always keep aware of your surroundings. Be prepared to be on your own for up to 72 hours. And like I always say, prep like your life depends on it, because it really does. Thank you.